Hello everyone, today we are going to learn Chapter 9 Family and Community from your Social Science text. In this video, I'll be covering each and every line from the chapter so you don't miss anything important. Make sure to keep your notebook and pen ready and take notes while watching. This will help you remember the concepts better. You can pause or rewind any time to write things down. So, let's begin. Love and Dharma are the flower and fruit of family life. That's a beautiful quote from Tiruvalluvar. Tiruvalluvar was a wise and famous poet and philosopher from ancient Tamil Nadu. He lived more than 2000 years ago and is best known for writing a great book called Tirukkural. So, what is Dharma? Dharma means doing what is right, fair, and good. In simple words, it means the right way of living. Love is the flower of the family. What is a flower? Flower is the most beautiful part of the plant. It smells good, looks colorful, and attracts everyone. Similarly, in a family, love is like that flower. It makes the family beautiful, warm, and full of joy. Dharma is the fruit of the family, and fruit is the part of the plant that gives nutrition and carries the seeds for the next generation. It is the result of good care and growth. Similarly, in a family, Dharma means doing your duty and living rightfully. In simple words, love brings joy and Dharma gives strength and purpose. Both are needed to grow as a person. A happy family is not just a place where we get love, it is also where we learn how to live the right way. So the big questions are, why is the family unit important? What is a community and what is its role? In this chapter, we will learn about the importance of family and understand what a community is and the role it plays. Family. Almost all of us live in a family. The family is the fundamental and most ancient unit of any society. What is the meaning of fundamental? It is something that is basic, very important, or the foundation of something. Ancient means something that is very old, from a long time ago in history. In Indian society today, there are several types of families, from joint families to nuclear families. A joint family has several generations living together. Grandparents, parents, uncles and aunts, brothers, sisters and cousins. A nuclear family, on the other hand, is limited to a couple and their children, and sometimes one parent and children. It means in Indian society, there are many types of families like joint family and nuclear family. A joint family is a big family where many generations live together in one house. This includes grandparents, parents, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, cousins, etc. A nuclear family is a small family. It usually has parents and their children, or sometimes just one parent and children. In English, there are not many terms to describe family relationships. We saw some of them in the first paragraph. Indian languages have many more terms. For example, in Hindi, there is Bua, Tau, Tai, Chacha, Mausi, Nana, Nani, and many more. It means in English, we have only a few words to describe family members like uncle, aunt, cousin, etc. But in Indian languages, we have many special words for each family relationship. For example, in Hindi, Bua means father's sister. Chacha means father's younger brother. Mausi means mother's sister. Nana means mother's father. Nani means mother's mother. Some languages such as Tamil also have different terms for elder brother or sister or younger brother or sister. It means, like in Hindi, Tamil also has different terms for elder brother or elder sister and for younger brother or younger sister. But what is the word for cousin in an Indian language? In most Indian languages, you will find that there is no such word. That is because cousins are only brothers and sisters. What about the word cousin? In English, we say cousin for the children of your uncle or aunt. But in most Indian languages, there is no separate word for cousin. Instead, they are simply called brother or sister. This emphasizes the deep bonds among all the children in the family. This shows that in Indian culture, cousins are treated like real brothers and sisters. Let's do the given exercise to understand this better. Make a list of all the members of your family you can think of, including a few distant relatives. List their terms in your mother tongue or regional language and try to find the equivalent in English. So, we need to make a list of all the family members we can think of, including your close family members like parents and siblings, and also distant relatives like uncles, aunts, grandparents, cousins, etc. Write the word for each person in your mother tongue and English. Here two examples are given where Behan means mother's brother's daughter, whom we call a cousin in English, and Chacha means father's younger brother, whom we call uncle in English. Notice how quite often a single word in your mother tongue or regional language requires several words in English to give a precise definition. Sometimes in your mother tongue like Tamil, Hindi, etc., you may use one word to describe a family member or relationship. But in English, you need to use two or more words to explain the same thing clearly. Roles and responsibilities. Relationships among family members are based on love, care, cooperation, and interdependence. That is, in a family, people are connected by strong feelings of love. They care for each other, like when someone is sick, sad, or in need. They cooperate, which means they work together and help each other. They are interdependent, meaning they rely on each other for support, like a team. Cooperation means working together. Each member of the family has a role and responsibility towards other members. For instance, parents are responsible for raising their children to become happy individuals and responsible members of the society. So what is the meaning here? In a family, every person has important duties to help the family grow and to be happy. And what is the role of parents? Parents are mainly responsible for raising their children. This means they take care of their children by giving them food, clothes, education, and love. But more than that, parents teach children how to be good people, to be honest, kind, and responsible. They guide their children to become happy individuals who can also contribute positively to society when they grow up. But also, As children grow up, they take on more responsibilities in the home to help other family members, whether parents or a sister or a brother, etc. So, what is the role of children here? When children are very young, they mostly depend on their parents for everything. But as they grow older, they begin to take on more duties at home. This could be simple things like helping to clean the house, taking care of younger siblings, or helping their parents with daily chores, etc. Through daily practice, children learn to participate in the life of the household. So, this practice helps them understand how a home works and teaches them important skills like responsibility and teamwork. In many homes, children also learn some of the traditions and practices their family has been following for generations. That is, in many families, there are special traditions and ways of doing things that have been followed for many years. These might include festivals, special meals, ways of greeting elders, or other family customs. Children learn these traditions from their parents or grandparents as they grow up. This helps them feel connected to their family's history and culture. Following our dharma or doing our duty has been an important principle of Indian culture. So, what is dharma? It means doing what is right or fulfilling our duties. Following our dharma means we do these duties sincerely and properly. Doing our duty is very important in Indian culture. It teaches us to be responsible and live a good life. The family is also a school where children learn important values such as ahimsa, dana, seva, and tyaga. Individuals in the family often give up their own needs to take care of the family's needs. So, what is it saying? The family is like a school, but instead of just learning from books, children learn important values and life lessons from their family members. Some of these important values are ahimsa. It means non-violence or being kind and gentle to everyone. Dana. It means giving or sharing with others without expecting anything in return. Seva. This means service, helping others selflessly. Tyaga. This means sacrifice, giving up your own wants or needs for the good of others. In a family, people often put the needs of the family first. For example, a parent might work hard and give up their own wish to make sure their children get a good education and live happily. Let us see one such story. Shalini lives with her family in a town in Kerala. Kerala is a beautiful state in southern India, known for its green landscapes, backwaters, and rich culture. Her father runs a small business, and her mother is a teacher in a nearby school. Shalini has a younger brother. Her grandmother, Achamma, father's mother, Chittappa, father's brother or paternal uncle, and her chitti, aunt or uncle's wife, live with them. Her grandmother, called Achamma, which means father's mother, lives with them. Her chittappa means father's brother or paternal uncle, and his wife, called chitti, aunt or uncle's wife, also live in the same house. This shows how in many Indian families, several relatives live together, sharing love, care and responsibilities. They have a daughter, Shalini's cousin, who she calls Chinny. Shalini's uncle has just lost his job and her aunt is a homemaker. Shalini's uncle and aunt have a daughter who is Shalini's cousin. Shalini calls her Chinny as a nickname. Right now, Shalini's uncle has lost his job, which means he is not working at the moment. Her aunt takes care of the home as a homemaker. The whole family was preparing for the festival of Onam. Despite the difficulties, the whole family is busy preparing for the festival of Onam. Onam is a very important and joyful festival in Kerala, where families come together to celebrate with flowers, special food and games. Achamma told Shalini's father that his brother was having financial difficulties. So, they were not able to buy new clothes for the festival. That is, Achamma, who is Shalini's grandmother, told Shalini's father that his brother was facing financial difficulties. This means he was having money problems. Because of this, they were not able to buy new clothes for the Onam festival. When Shalini's parents took her and her brother for shopping, they bought new clothes not only for themselves but also for Chittappa, Chitti and Chinny. So, Shalini's parents bought new clothes not just for themselves but also for Chittappa, Chitti and Chinny. As a result, Shalini did not get the silk dress she had expected. She had to settle for a simple cotton one. Which means, because their family bought clothes for everyone in the family, Shalini did not get the special silk dress she had hoped for. Instead, she had to be happy with a simple cotton dress. This shows how Shalini's family cares for everyone and shares what they have. Achamma explained to Shalini that this is how families support each other and share what they have. Shalini did not mind her simpler dress. She was happy that everyone could get some new clothes. So Achamma explained Shalini that this is how families help and support one another. When someone in the family is facing difficulties, everyone shares what they have, so no one feels left out. Shalini understood this and she felt happy knowing that everyone in a family could have some new clothes for the festival. So, this story teaches that love and caring in a family are more important than fancy things. That story was set in Kerala. Let us now travel northeast to a village in Meghalaya. Meghalaya is a beautiful state known for its hills, forests and waterfalls. My name is Tenzing. I love the mountains we live in, though life is sometimes hard. My father runs a small grocery store. So, Tenzing lives in the mountains and loves the beautiful nature around him. Although his life is sometimes difficult, he enjoys living there. His father runs a small grocery store that sells food and daily items to the people in their village. After my mother became busy in a local handicraft cooperative, making our beautiful traditional fabrics, wood carvings, and other items for sale to tourists, my father joined in cleaning the house, taking care of our small vegetable garden, and other household chores. A cooperative is a group of people who work together. For example, in Tenzing's village, the cooperative is a group where people join to make and sell traditional crafts like fabrics and wood carvings. By working together, they can sell more products and support their families. So, after Tenzing's mother became busy working, father started helping more at home. He took care of cleaning the house, looking after their small vegetable garden, and doing other household chores. Often, he helps my grandmother prepare food for us all. Not only that, he also helps Tenzing's grandmother prepare food for the whole family. Grandmother always has all sorts of interesting stories to tell me, with humor and wisdom. No one seems to understand people better than her. This shows that Tenzing's grandmother is a very special person in his life. She tells him interesting stories that are not only funny but also wise. She can understand people very well. Grandfather helps me with my homework and takes me to the school bus stop. He is also actively involved in social work in our colony and is always offering his help to others. So what we understand by this? Tenzing's grandfather helps him with his homework and takes him to the school bus stop every day. He is also very active in doing social work. For example, when there is a power failure in our area, he goes and registers a complaint at the nearby office. This shows that he is responsible and cares about the well-being of the people in his community. When our neighbor's house got damaged in a storm, he collected some money from the whole neighborhood to help with repairs. When a storm damaged their neighbor's house, Tenzing's grandfather went around the neighborhood and collected money from other families to help them. We are lucky that my parents can take care of our basic necessities like food and clothing. When any special expenses come up, I have often seen that they discuss them together. Tenzing feels lucky that his parents are able to take care of the family's basic needs. Whenever there are special expenses, like buying something expensive or paying for a festival, he has often seen his parents discuss these things together. Mother says that we should always try to save some money for any unexpected needs that may arise in the future. So, Tenzing's mother always tells the family that they should try to save some money regularly. She thinks that by saving money, the family can be prepared and feel more secure. Community. Families are connected not only within themselves but also with other families and the people around them. Such a group of connected people may be called a community. There are other meanings for community depending on the context. Members of a community come together for various reasons like celebrating festivals and organizing feasts, weddings and other events. So, families are not just connected inside their own homes. They are also connected with other families and people living nearby. When many connected families live together and share things like festivals, weddings and other events, they form a community. The community is a group of people who live together, help each other and celebrate together. The word community can have other meanings too, depending on how it's used. In some villages, people come together to support each other with agricultural practices like land preparation, sowing and harvesting. Over time, communities often agreed upon some practices on the use of shared natural wealth and resources such as water, grazing lands and forest produce. This is the case with many tribal communities. Sowing is the process of planting seeds in the soil. Farmers or gardeners put seeds into the ground so that they can grow into plants, flowers or crops. And harvesting means collecting or gathering crops or fruits from the fields when they are fully grown and ready. In some villages, people help each other with farming work like preparing the land, sowing seeds and harvesting crops. Over time, communities also made rules about how to share and use natural resources like water, grasslands, and forest products so that everyone gets a fair share. This kind of sharing and helping is common in many tribal communities where people live closely with nature and support each other. Forest produce means all the useful things they get from forests like wood, fruits, nuts, honey, medicinal herbs, and many more. To some extent, this remains the case in village communities in rural India today. Such practices, we may call them rules, though they were rarely written down, have provided communities a secure access to resources. But it also means that all families and individuals within the community have specific duties to perform. Otherwise, the community will not function smoothly. Here, rural India means the villages and countryside areas of India. So even today, in some village communities in rural India, people still follow old practices of sharing and using natural resources together. These practices are like rules. Even if they were never written down, they help make sure that everyone gets their fair share of things like water, land, and forest produce. But to keep the community working well, every person and family has certain duties. If people don't do their part, the community cannot run smoothly. Don't miss out. Year after year, the region around the town of Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh suffered from an acute water crisis. Following their Halma sea-facing page, tradition of coming together to support any individual or family in times of crisis, the Bill community decided to plant thousands of trees in hundreds of villages. The Bill community is one of the largest tribal communities in India. They mostly live in states like Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. Halma is a tradition followed by the Bill community where people come together to help and support each other during difficult times. It means working as a team to solve problems or help a family or person in need. Every year, the area near the town of Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh faced a serious problem of water shortage. To solve the water problem, the Bill community followed their tradition called Halma and decided to plant thousands of trees in many villages to fix the problem. The Bills also dug many trenches to conserve rainwater and created other water harvesting structures. They did not get paid for this work, but did it as their duty towards their community and the environment. In the Halma tradition, the objective is to serve Mother Earth. Dug is the past tense of dig. It means to make a hole in the ground using tools or with your hands. Trenches means long, narrow holes made in the ground. People dig trenches to hold water or plant trees. Water harvesting means collecting and saving rainwater so it can be used later. So the Bill community also dug trenches and built water harvesting structures to save rainwater. They did not take any money for this work. They did it because they felt it was their duty to help their community and protect nature. In the Halma tradition, the main goal is to serve and respect Mother Earth. In 2019, Sri Mahesh Sharma of the Sivaganga movement was honored with the Padma Shri Award for his transformational work with the Bill communities. Sri Mahesh Sharma is a social worker who has done great work with the Bill communities in Madhya Pradesh. He started the Shiv Ganga movement to help the people protect their land, water and forest and to improve their way of life. Through this movement, they planted trees, dug trenches and built water harvesting structures to take care of the environment. In 2019, he was awarded the Padma Shri, one of India's highest civilian awards, for his transformational work with tribal communities. Transformational work means doing something that brings big positive changes. It helps improve the lives of people or a community in a very important way. During the Chennai floods of 2015, roads turned to rivers and people could no longer move around. Almost all shops were closed and services interrupted. Many private groups, in particular spiritual and religious organizations, cooked large quantities of food and distributed it to people who needed it. In 2015, Chennai experienced very heavy floods. The roads filled with water and looked like rivers, so people couldn't travel easily. Almost all the shops were closed and many services stopped working. During this difficult time, many private groups, especially spiritual and religious organizations, helped by cooking large amounts of food and giving it to people who needed it. There are many more such examples of people coming together to do something for the benefit of the community without expecting anything in return. Have you heard of any? So there are many examples of people helping others without asking for anything in return. They do it just to help others. Even you might have heard about a time when people worked together to help someone or the whole community without asking for anything in return. The real life stories above illustrate community in a rural context. Community is also present in an urban context, although it may function a little differently. Let us see an example from another real life story. The stories we talked about earlier show how people in villages come together to help each other. That's what we call a community. But communities don't exist only in villages. They also exist in cities and towns, which are called urban areas. In cities, people may live differently and face different problems, so the way communities work can be a bit different too. Now, let's look at a real story from a city to understand how communities come together there. Here, you can see some pictures of the Halma tradition. In the first picture, people from the Bill community are digging trenches to collect rainwater and to plant trees. In another picture, people are celebrating together before starting the work maybe. You can also see families bringing their own tools to dig holes in the ground. The last picture shows how the dry land became green after the rains. The rainwater is stored in a pond. More than 20 years ago, in an area of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Kamal Parmar, owner of a small auto fabrication workshop, noticed a group of underprivileged children on the street. Some had dropped out of school, while others had never been to school. More than 20 years ago, in a part of Ahmedabad city in Gujarat, a man named Kamal Parmar owned a small workshop where he fixed and made parts for vehicles. One day, he saw a group of poor children living on the streets. Some of these children had stopped going to school and others had never been to school at all. Kamal started giving them tuition from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. every day after his regular work hours. He also provided the kids with a free dinner. Soon, 150 children were attending those classes regularly and were deeply interested in the lessons. Kamal decided to help the children by teaching them lessons every evening from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. after he finished his own work. He also gave the children free dinner so they wouldn't be hungry while learning. Because of this, soon 150 children started coming to his class regularly and they were very excited to learn. A few teachers from a local school noticed the classes and joined the teaching for a while. One of them observed, "These children don't get proper benches to sit on, have no silent zone classrooms, and the vehicles passing by make lots of noise, yet they pay all their attention to what the teachers tell them. This touched my heart. The love and affection I got from them was unbelievable." So, a few teachers from a nearby school saw the children studying and decided to help by teaching them for some time. One teacher noticed that these children don't have proper benches to sit on. Their classroom is not quiet. It's noisy because cars and bikes pass by all the time. There is no silent zone like in regular schools. But still, the children listened carefully to the teachers. That really touched my heart. It made me feel very emotional and happy inside. The love and kindness the children gave me was amazing. Some older children who were attending regular schools also joined as volunteers to teach in Kamal's classes. One of them remarked, "We went there to teach. Instead, we learned a lot from them." So, some older children who were going to regular schools decided to help by teaching in Kamal's classes. One of these children said, "We thought we were going to teach the kids, but actually we learned a lot from them." Discuss this story in your class. What kind of attitude towards the community does it reveal? This story shows us very special attitude towards the community called helpfulness and caring. Kamal saw children in need and decided to help them by teaching and feeding them without expecting anything in return. The teachers and older students joined in because they wanted to support the children and learn from them. Everyone worked together with love, kindness, and respect for each other. So, the story teaches us that being part of a community means helping others, sharing what we have, and learning from each other. What values get reflected in Kamal Parmar's initiative? Values in Kamal Parmar's initiative: kindness. Kamal cared for children who needed help and gave them time and food. Selflessness. He helped without asking for anything in return. Responsibility. He took in upon himself to teach and support the children. Community spirit. He brought people together to help the children learn. Respect and love. Kamal and the volunteers respected the children and showed them love. Think about those underprivileged children. Do you think society has been unfair to them? Yes, society has been unfair to these underprivileged children. They didn't have the chance to go to school or get a good education like many other children. They may not have enough food, clothes, or a safe place to live. But the good thing is that people like Kamal Parmar and others stepped up to help, showing that we can make things better by caring and working together. What should society do to make sure that all children get access to education? Society means all of us, people, schools, the government, and even students like you. To help every children go to school and learn, we can build more schools so that every child has a school near their home. Give free education. Some families are poor and cannot pay school fees. Free education helps them. Provide books, uniforms, and meals. Many children can't afford these things, so giving them for free helps them stay in school. Support poor families. If parents have jobs and enough money, they don't have to make their children work. Spread awareness. Teach everyone that education is a right, not a gift. Every child deserves it. Respect every child, whether rich or poor. All children should be treated equally in school and in life. Encourage people to help, like Kamal Parmar and the teachers. Even small help can make a big difference. No child should be left behind. Every child should have a chance to learn, grow, and dream just like you. New types of communities have also emerged in the last 30 or 40 years. Residents' welfare associations in many urban areas are examples of communities that make their own rules and regulations. Those could be rules about waste management, cleanliness of common areas, taking care of pets, and so on. People living in the community participate in making such rules and regulations. So, in the last 30 to 40 years, new types of communities have come up, especially in cities. One example is called a Residents' Welfare Association. This is a group of people who live in the same building or colony and work together to make rules that help everyone live better. For example, they make rules about throwing garbage properly, that is, waste management, keeping parks, stairs, and other shared places clean, taking care of pet animals. The best part is that everyone living there can take part in making the rules. This helps people learn to live together, share responsibility, and solve problems as a team. In short, a residents' welfare association is like a team of neighbors working together to make their area a cleaner, safer, and happier place. Communities are ultimately interdependent. The same residents' welfare associations, for instance, will depend on the trading community for supplies and also on municipal workers to handle waste. In our complex societies, everyone depends on a number of other people and communities. So, communities need each other to work well. For example, Residents' Welfare Association in cities depend on the trading community to get supplies like food and goods. The trading community means a group of people who are involved in buying and selling goods. These people are called traders, shopkeepers, or business people. They buy products like food, clothes, toys, books, etc. from factories or farmers. Then they sell them to people in shops, markets, or online. The trading community helps make sure we all get the things we need every day. Without them, we wouldn't have easy access to food, clothes, school supplies and more. Residents Welfare Association also rely on municipal workers who collect and manage the garbage. Municipal workers are people who work for the local government called the municipality to help take care of our towns and cities. So even if a community works together, it still needs help from other people and groups. Let's explore. Make a list of all people outside your family that are supporting you through their work in one way or another. So we need to make a list of all the people outside your family who help you every day through their work. Teachers who teach you at school. Shopkeepers who sell food and clothes. Doctors and nurses who take care of you when you're sick. Police officers who keep your community safe. Garbage collectors who keep your streets clean. Bus drivers or auto drivers who help you travel. Postal workers who deliver letters and parcels. Farmers who grow the food you eat. Many people you don't even know by name are helping you every single day through their work. You can also think of more people and add them to the list. We now understand that community is a flexible concept. A few examples. A jati or a subdivision of it is also often called a community. We now understand that a community is a group of people who live, work or share something in common. It is a flexible concept, which means it can change depending on what people share. In many parts of India, people are grouped by their jati, a traditional group based on family background, work or customs. People who belong to the same jati share similar customs and ways of life. Because they are connected in this way, a jati is often called a community too. A group of people of a particular religion, region, common work or interest, especially a smaller group, may also be called a community. For instance, Mumbai's Parsi community, Chennai's Sikh community, America's Indian community, Kerala's scientific community, our school's art community, the village's farming community, and so on. The list is endless. A community can be any group of people who have something in common. It could be the same religion, like Mumbai's Parsi community. The same region or place, like Chennai's Sikh community. The same country, but living abroad, like America's Indian community. The same kind of work, like Kerala's scientific community. The same hobby or interest, like our school's art community. Same type of job or lifestyle, like the village farming community. So a community can be big or small and people in it are connected by what they share. That's why we say the list of communities is endless. In your school, you may be part of different communities. Your class, of course, but also the sports community, the national service scheme, the national cadet corps, a science or drama club, etc. In your school, you are part of many different communities, not just your class. You might also be part of the sports community if you play games or on a team. The National Service Scheme if you help with social service. The National Cadet Corps if you do cadet training. A science club or a drama club if you love science or acting. Each of these is a small community where people work and learn together because they share the same interest or goal. Let's explore. What types of communities are you part of? Here you need to think of the different communities that you are part of and write them down. I'll give you a sample answer. You can add your own answers according to your daily routine and the people around you. I'm part of the following communities. School community, where you study and learn with your classmates and teachers. Neighborhood community, where you live with your family and neighbors in the same area. Religious community, where you go and take part in prayers and festivals. It can be a temple, mosque, church, gurudwara, and so on. Sports community, where you go and play cricket, football, or any sports with your friends. Cultural community, a group that speaks the same language and celebrates the same festivals. Friendship group, your close group of friends who support and play with you. Think about your daily life, where you go, what you do, and who you spend time with, and write down your own list of community. Is there a club that you are part of in school? How does it function? If you are part of any club in your school, like the science club, reading club, music club, or any other, You can write it down and describe how it works. I will give you your sample answer here. You can write your own answer like this based on the club you are part of in school. Yes, I am a member of the reading club in my school. In our club, we read storybooks together during our club time, share our favorite books and talk about the stories. Sometimes we do storytelling or read aloud in turns. We take part in reading challenges where we try to finish a certain number of books in a month. We also make book reviews and decorate the reading corner in our classroom. Our club helps me become a better reader and I enjoy discovering new books with my friends. Before we move on, family is the foundation of human society. Ideally, members of a family support each other in their many duties and tasks. Before we move on, let's recall what we learned so far. Family is the starting point of human society. It is like the base or foundation of our lives. In a good family, all the members help and support each other. Parents take care of children. Children help in small ways at home. Everyone shares love, respect and responsibilities. When family members work together, it makes life happier and easier for everyone. Community, a bigger unit, also implies that people do their best to support each other. Community can be defined in several ways and there are many kinds of community. So, a community is a larger group of people who live together or share something in common. Just like a family, in a community, people try to help and support each other. There are many kinds of communities like people living in the same neighborhood, people who follow the same religion or culture, people with the same hobby or interest, people working or learning together. So, the word community can have many meanings depending on how people are connected. Ultimately, communities are interdependent. So, in the end, communities are interdependent, which means they depend on each other to live and grow. No community can do everything by itself. For example, a school community may depend on shopkeepers for books and supplies. A farming community may depend on other people to sell their crops. City communities depend on farmers for food and on workers for services. So everyone helps each other and that's how communities stay strong and work well. So with this, we have completed the chapter Family and Community. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye bye.